Hello, hello, welcome. This is part 2 of my color along with the Kalour Macaron pastel pencils. So these are what a few of them look like. I don't have my tin, I apologize. This page is out of Gnome Sweet Gnome by Teresagoodridge. This is not one of the freebie pages, so this one you do have to have the book to do. So very cute and very fun. So let me tuck my stuff away here and we will get started. So first off, I'm going to start with these balloons. I did color a couple of these just so you could see kind of how my cart was going to go and if you like it. I think I might change this chocolate one up a little bit just because it's so close to the wood and I don't want them to look the same. But I'm going to start with the balloons and see if we can pull in some other colors, and that will kind of help me with the gnomes here. So for a blue balloon, I pulled turquoise blue, sky blue, and aqua. So if you're following along in a different pencil, the same technique applies. You need a dark, a medium, and a light, but you do not want a dark for balloons. So I'm gonna do, and I need to see quickly which one of these is my darker blue because the Kalour pencils are a little tricky sometimes. Okay, so starting with my sky blue, I'm going to trace the outside of my balloon. And I'm going to have that nice fuzzy edge to blend. So I want my line to be even and I want it to keep the shape of the balloon all the way around. That is important. So I am not going to draw a line across the top because that will make my balloon look flat and we don't want that. So we're going to leave that kind of there. And I'm really going to darken this edge up here. Not out, we are getting lighter as we come out. Okay, my next color is going to be the aqua. Move that now so it's not confusing anybody. I'm actually going to bring it in a little. Oops, sorry about the wiggle. Okay, aqua. Not going all the way to the middle, so going over the line I already have down, blending those colors together, pulling toward the middle of the balloon. One second. Okay, sorry about that. So again, keeping the shape of the balloon is important. And I'm going to bring this one in a little further. So what I'm going for here is the middle of the balloon to look the lightest. So when we blow balloons up, they tend to be darker on the edges, lighter in the middle where they're stretched. So I have a little line there that I'm going to fix up. Come back with that aqua. Just kind of hide that blend line a little better. Right, and now we have a blue balloon in. So I'm going to do a purple balloon as well. So I pulled only 2 for this one, mainly because of the way the Kalour pencils are. There's not really a third purple that matches. So I have wisteria and lilac, but if you're using a different pencil, you can do the 3 like we did on here. So wisteria is my darker color. So again, and I am going to go right through this blue. Kind of what that does, if I can do it without And you can draw the black line in if you want. I'm not too worried about it, but what that does is kind of give our balloons the feel that they are overlapping. So same right there. So if you don't like that look, obviously don't do it, but that's how you make balloons look like they are overlapping. These are not my favoriteest purples together, but it's okay. I'm just kind of darkening up that dark some more. There's our purple balloon. Okay, I'm going to pull two colors that we used down here for my pink balloons. Oh, this balloon over here is going to be purple too. Get on camera here. Sorry about the noisy background. We have foster kitties, and my older kitty, she likes the fosters, but at first she still growls. She's not aggressive with them, but she still growls at first every time she plays with them. It's like it takes a minute for her to sniff them and check them out and be like, oh yeah, I played with you an hour ago. So I'm not sure. So you'll hear a little growling and some running back and forth as they play tag. But she's not mean, I promise. And now it's going to rain in the background too, because Wyoming weather. Okay, I will come back and darken up my edges again with this wisteria. Kind of shape my balloon a little. I am not going to color the inside of the hearts. If you want the inside of your hearts to be purple, you can do that. Okay, and then I'm going to do a pink balloon to bring in some of this pink upwards. If you want a green balloon or another blue one or an orange, whatever color you want, you can certainly do that. This is just what I chose. Now this pink will look different because we are not using the undercoat that we use down here, but it will still pull the colors, so the eye will be like, oh. Okay, so that was coral. Sorry, I think I forgot to tell you. That one was coral. This is peach. And I am going to color the inside of these rings peach. And then I am going to do the inside of these hearts peach as well. So make sure I'm on camera here. The strings of the balloons I am going to match to whatever the main color of the balloon is. So purple, blue. And the strings I'm going to leave alone for a moment. So then with that coral, the darker pink, I am going to put these little hearts in. So I do have, I think, 2 more requests for Teresa Goodridge pages, so you will see a couple more of those coming up in the future. Okay, so down here I'm going to do another yellow ice cream. So I took only 2 colors again. I took Naples yellow and the ivory. I always want to call it cream, but I have to remember different sets, different names. So I just traced the lines and then filled the rest in with this. And then if I feel like it needs a little more, I come back over the top, blend it all together. Okay, orange, I borrowed one plain Jane orange out of the Prismacolors. Personally, it's up to you. I just didn't like, there was only, do I have my color card? One sec, let me show you. Or not. There it is. I have my life together. So this is the color card. I usually don't swatch, but because I don't know this set and I was doing a video, I went ahead and swatched it out. But there wasn't a whole lot of, like, I guess you could have done apricot and flesh, but I really wanted that kind of creamsicle feel. So depending on how dark your actual cart came out, just be wary of what colors if you do the orange. So the orange will look a little more toward our pastel palette when we put the apricot over it. Again, it depends on how much you really want to stick to your apricot palette, your pastel palette. I'm cheating a little bit, but okay. So up here we have these little flags, and again I'm gonna fix this one up. So I will erase this one out and fix it up actually. And I don't have a red in this one either. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color this whole one dark chocolate down here. Down the sticks. Down the stick here. Okay, and I didn't get my wood finished either, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna pull a dark brown if I have one in Prismacolor, so like a dark umber or a sepia. And we're gonna make this whole little guy chocolate, but we're gonna make the top shiny. Okay, so I changed my mind again. I did this one all chocolate, so this is all dark umber. And then this up here is goldenrod, so it kind of gives it a butterscotch, and I think that matches a little better. I'm going to add a little goldenrod to these sticks just so that goldenrod is not only in one place. So I'm also going to do a couple of these cones with this goldenrod. If you are mixing your pencils, if not, the mustard in the Kalour set will work too. So quickly, let me grab my mustard and a blank paper. Okay, so this is your mustard, this is your goldenrod. So a little bit of difference, but not a whole lot. You will just have to adjust your colors around it. So I'm going to start down here with this, and I'm going to sharpen, pardon the noise. And this is going to be my dark color because we are going for somewhat of a pastel palette here. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And then she has a stick in her hand that got skipped. And then I'm going to do the same up here on this guy. Okay, I'm going to take that Naples yellow again. I'm not coloring in the squares in between the cone. And then I'm going to take that dark umber that I used on this one. I'm going to very lightly outline the ice cream that's overlapping and fill in the squares. Sorry, she thought she was going to take a bath right there. lightly outlining the ice cream. Gives it that 3D effect, makes the cone look wet. All of that good stuff. We are knocking this one out pretty quick. And I skipped like a whole section here. Let me finish my wood real quick. Okay, that is better. So again, that is light umber out of Prismacolor if you did not watch part 2, and soft beige out of the Kalour set. It's my wood colors. I just kind of felt like it was hard to continue on without those finished. Now that I pulled dark umber for this, and it looks really odd just to have these very few spaces of this darker color, I am going to come in and apply this as shadows for my wheels. So again, it's not taking away from my pastel palette because it doesn't look like we added a dark color. It looks like it is the shadow of the wheel. So we're kind of tricking things a little bit here. So just quickly with my dark umber filling in the shadows, giving that wheel a little more life, which it definitely needed. So now it doesn't blend in with the wood underneath. It's got some shadow, some 3D to it. And now we can continue on our venture here. So now I want to bring in some of this blue. Blue's looking odd because it's the only blue there, right? So I'm going to pull the same 3 blues I had. If you want to change up your blues, that's up to you. But now I'm going to color this little cup over here blue. And I'm going to color right over the polka dots because I think I'm going to make them white when I'm all said and done with this venture. And this was my dark blue and my light. So I know this is not going to be my blue gnome. So when I am thinking of the colors I have here, I'm thinking I'm going to want a pink gnome, a blue gnome, and a purple gnome. Or I could even go maybe a yellow gnome and a blue gnome and a purple gnome. But I have blue right here, so he's not blue. So keeping that in mind, one of these two probably will be. So I'm going to do this right here too, and I'm going to put my light color down first. And then that dark is going to come right down on the lines and under that ice cream. Okay, this is my medium blue. And then just like that. So if I want to pull one darker, I can. But for the moment, I think this will do. Down here. Down here, I'm going to go ahead and put my dark down first because over the light, it is not looking dark like I want. There we go. That's better. So I have got some blue spread across my page here. Let's get these flags done. And letters. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to bring all 4 colors in a pattern or if I want to stick to the pink. Okay, so I am going to pull my purples. And I'm going to go dark and light. Okay. Pink. And I'm not really doing these in any certain order. Very random. Once I get them in an order, I'm going to repeat the pattern, but as for starting the pattern itself, I am just kind of putting all the colors I have on there. And yellow, so Naples and Ivory. So now that I have those down, I will tell you the colors as I go across. I just want to make sure I have the right colors in first. So Wisteria is my purple for this, and Lilac in the Kalourmacarons. Okay, Coral, and Peach, and I am leaving those stars uncolored. I plan on doing these in some kind of shiny, whether it be a gel pen or a glitter marker, so these stars will probably match that. Okay, Sky Blue, and Turquoise, and I am not even on camera, I apologize that I forget I'm zoomed in. That's okay, because we got to do it all again anyways. Naples, and Ivory. Okay, so starting back, Wisteria at the bottom, not going all the way up, Lilac, so it creates kind of that nice highlight look you sort of see. Coral, only going halfway up the star, and then Peach the rest of the way. Sky Blue, again, just the bottom half. Turquoise, Naples, Ivory, and then we're back to purple. So Wisteria and Lilac. Now this pattern actually worked out good because my yellow and my purple contrast, and so does my blue and yellow. That works out well. Now I may bring in a violet out of Prismacolor and a darker blue and just kind of fill these in. Again, I'm not taking away from my pastel palette, but I am enhancing it a little. So these flags down here will match these up here, and I feel like that will give it a nice kind of ice cream feel. Now I want to be conscious that I don't want purple starting here, so I'm going to start with blue. So I'm going to do the same thing but opposite. It's going to be dark at the top because this is going to shadow my flag. So Sky Blue, Turquoise Blue, and I'm not going to color in the star. Following the same pattern. So then yellow. So we have Naples, and I am going to do the bar down the side with the dark. So Naples, Ivory. Now, whether you want to make the triangles in these flags cut out or see-through, these could be a different color because this bar is not showing through behind it. Or you could color it the background color, up to you. I'm going to leave mine for now, and I might come back and alternate the color in the middle of them. So purple is next. Again, I'm going to color down the side of this flag where it's darker and up here. So Wisteria and then the Lilac. Okay. So blue, yellow, purple, pink. And sometimes it is easier to go through and do all the blues at once, all the purples at once, all the pinks. But if you mess up your order, then you mess it up from there on out, wherever you mix your colors up. So I'm just going to go ahead and go this route. Again, this is not my final look. I am going to come back and do some touch-up. But it's a good starting point to get some color on there. So blue, yellow, And so we already kind of have our dark purple that we know we're going to use. So I'll quickly show you. I will darken this side of the flag and then the very top in a very thin line. And you can kind of already see what little bit of difference that makes. Okay, so purple, pink, so coral, peach, blue, and then our last one is the yellow, which works out perfect because there is no yellow next to the end over here. Now, if you wanted, you can alternate these bar colors down in this same pattern, but because this is yellow and pink, I kind of wanted to keep that. But that is totally doable. So this yellow ochre, if I could talk, is my darker color in Prisma. So I'm quickly going to put that one in because it's right there and handy. I might even darken the bottom of these up here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. So now we have that part done. So I will probably pink, purple, yellow these letters in glitter. And then the stars yellow glitter. So next, I'm struggling with the cherries because I don't have a dark red in the colors. So I might have to pull Prisma for that, but let's play with the green. So I'm going to look at this, and for mint ice cream, I'm going to go mint green and surf green. So I have mint green, surf green. Let's see how different these show up. So sharpen, pardon the noise. So this is just my way of bringing in another color, making this mint chocolate chip ice cream. I feel like it would go nice with the palette and the strawberries. So you do not have to do that. Not a whole lot of difference in the colors there, but okay, and then I'm going to take that dark umber again and I'm going to color these in. Now if you want these rainbow colored, you want white ice cream with rainbow chips, go for it. There is my mint ice cream cone done. And I think I'm gonna go I'm gonna leave my strawberries alone for a moment until I pick my other ice creams. This one over here, I think I'm gonna stick to this yellow that I have down here. So wherever they have black lines, I'm going to go over with Naples, across the bottom, I'm going to make darker. And then not flesh, ivory. Okay, I think this one I'm going to make my pink ice cream because it has cherries on it. I'm going to pull Macaron and peach. So again, this is my Macaron. It's going to be darker at the bottom. And then that peach, because we're familiar with that color already, we're not introducing another new color. And then I'm gonna need one darker. So I'm gonna grab rose pink. If I can find it here, rose pink. I'm just kind of darkening up those lines a little bit. So my ice cream's a little pinkier. And then I'm adding a little ivory. This is just to give it the ice cream feel. So if you like yours the way it is, you don't have to. This just kind of gives it that nice ice cream look. Alright, so I'm going to stop there for part 2. So here's where we are so far with part 2. We did the flags, we did the balloons, we filled in our ice creams down here except for this little guy. And this one, so we have one more ice cream and our gnomes and a background to go. Questions, comments, please let me know, and I hope to see you next video. Thanks for watching.